Welcome, wondrous visitors.
To Hive Island.
Your presence is light to our eyes. We are emissaries.
Servants of the Queen.
Shilla, ruler of this realm.
Well, give her our best. I'm Rin, and this is...
Just an old dragon she rides.
The dragon's magnificent.
The woman so lovely.
Thank you. Listen, I'm looking for a little boy, my brother. He may have been brought to these islands with a shipment of grimstone.
Grimstone. Ugh, stinky stuff.
The wizard of the Ebon Fortress.
He has been importing it. Why, no one knows, but there are suspicions.
It may have to do with the talisman.
The Rift Crystal.
The Rift Crystal?
You know of it?
I've heard the legends. Every dragon has.
It's a powerful talisman,
The wizard keeps it in his wretched bell tower.
which stands on an island to the north. Without the Rift Crystal, his power would wane.
His evil thwarted.
The importation of Grimstone would end. With the Rift Crystal, Queen Shilla could do much.
Rid the realm of his sorcery.
Use it to find your brother.
Then maybe we need to get this Rift Crystal thing.
To gain the Rift Crystal, you must survive the test of the tower. But be forewarned,
Do not mention our queen.
the wizard envies her realm. He will not administer the test.
If he thinks you're in league with us,
He may destroy you.
What were those things anyway?
Succubi. Perplexing creatures.
I don't trust them. A little too friendly, if you know what I mean. So what's this Rift Crystal you seem familiar with?
A crystal of great power. Huron placed it in the sword rune blade and used it in battle against the Unsworn during the Dark Wars.
I'm impressed. You know a lot of history.
I've lived a lot of history.
Well met, friends, and welcome back to Drakan Order of the Flame. I'm here joined with one of my friends, Thor.
Hello.
Yeah. He's decided to hop on and carry on with us for a couple of videos and seeing how this game pans out. But yeah, when we last left off, we were in the Snowy Mountain area, which I can't remember rightly what that's called. And apologies for not being playing this game for a while. But I was having a lot of fun with Ghost of Tsushima, and I just, needed a break from this game anyway. So, it was pretty cool. It was nice. Yeah, so according to the game now, we've got some other stuff to do in how to find our brother. And we've just been introduced to some succubi. So yeah, this is how it's going to be approached. So yeah, basically, Thor, you've played this game before, haven't you? Or at least a little bit.
At least a little bit. I'm only really, well, can't say I'm familiar, but I've only really seen the very first area where the village gets attacked.
Yeah.
By the monsters, and yeah, that little boy, her brother, has been kidnapped.
Yeah, but I don't think you managed to get to see like the dragon riding aspects and mechanics for this game.
No, I've not seen that far. No.
Whee! Bye-bye. Yeah, so we pretty much just left off from the Snowy area mountains, where we were just going through the Grimstone mines and trying to track down people who knew where to find your brother. And it was basically like, you have to find a guy to find a guy to find a guy who knows where your brother is.
One of those.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, so yeah, again, apologies for being away for so long on playing this game. It just needed a bit of a break, as I stated before, because you know, games as fun as they are, you know, when you play a game for too much and for too long, and especially when you're doing it in a recording aspect, it definitely does a number on your mentality. You know, it's a lot more. It's you're using definitely twice as much effort as you would be playing the game casually, I've found, or at least in my case. So I don't rightly know how you guys feel about it, but
Well, it's because you're concentrating on two different things. You're playing the game, and you're also trying to say things. So your mind is split up in like two different activities, and that can, pardon me, that can, you know, I guess tire you out a little bit.
yeah, you're trying to make your commentary interesting and somewhat relatable towards the game you're playing, as well as making yourself sound a little bit, just a little bit, you know, likable.
And there's the other aspect of you just, as much as you're doing like things for YouTube, you kind of don't want to play the same game constantly anyway at the best of times.
No, absolutely. That's definitely something that you got to be careful of as well. Because I mean, even if as much fun as you're having with this game, you know, if you're playing it way too many times, it definitely, you start losing your enthusiasm for wanting to enjoy it as much, and then it impacts the quality of the content as well. So it's a bit of a double-edged sword.
Yeah, you got to step back a bit sometimes. And
Yeah.
come back later.
But now we are. Yo.
You're in
Now
a
we're
nice
at the-
area, I gotta say.
Yeah, it's a sort of Mediterranean and sort of themed area now. We're at the Eastern Archipelago, and this, I'm getting a little bit of Curse of Monkey Island vibes here.
Really?
Yeah, just a bit. Because it's it looks like an area where you could have like ships, you know, pirate ships around and everything. Which you totally there is totally pirate ships around this area. And if I just boot up the map, so this is what the map looks like as well, just in case.
Just in case you wanted it more piratey.
Yeah. So the first objective in this area is we've got to find Rimril, assuming that's how you pronounce it, which is in the top area where it looks a little bit more defined with the blackened lines. And this area's got a lot of secrets. Way too many to count. And given that we've already established how secrets are in this game, like, you could be finding loads of stuff and might not even be using it ever, or just not knowing when the best time is to use these types of weapons, items, and whatnot. You end up just hoarding it, and then you end up filling your inventory more than you want to. So, and that's kind of what's happened with me right now, I'm afraid. I'm carrying way too much stuff to things I'm probably not going to justify using as much as I should. So I think these are supposed to be the goblins, but they look more like frog creatures, although I don't know if that's what they're called. I could be wrong, but I'm just going by what the game's wiki is telling me. For all those who know this game better than me, I apologize if I'm getting the names of these wrong. At this point of the game, all I know is certain enemies, what their names are and what they do. But for these frog-like creatures that are supposed to be representing, I don't rightly know, reptilian frog-like creatures. Yeah.
Froglins.
Yeah, let's just froglins. Let's just go with that.
Froglins.
We've also got another obstacle in our way as well. These giant towers.
Do you fly through them?
You can fly in them, but the problem is if you get too close to them, they'll start zapping you and take a large part of your health off.
Because it looked to me like it was going to pull a Spyro on you.
Oh yeah.
You know, you have to fly through the rings.
Oh yeah, those fucking things. Yeah, I'm afraid this game doesn't have that.
Good, because those things suck.
I don't rightly remember what these dragons are called. I think they are just generally called ice dragons, considering that's the main forte of their spells. But as you can see, they've got a lot more health than the previous dragons we've been going against, and yeah, given that we're playing this on the hardest difficulty, the game's not stinging out on bullet sponging enemies. Let's just say that. But then this will also be the part where I'm definitely going to emphasize trying to get out of dogfighting and whatnot. Just so, you know, I don't need to go against loads of enemies more than I need to. Thank you very much. Sorry, my significant other just bought me a nice cuppa, which is awesome.
Nice.
So yeah, yeah. So that green little lightning bolt thing, as you just saw there, that's the primary function for these things. So you don't want to get too close.
Do a lot of damage today, or is it just like over
Well,
time?
I don't know. It's inconsistent.
Oh,
Sometimes they'll do a snippet of health. Other times they'll just do large parts. Because the damage. Sorry, I'm not sure how to put it, but the damage aspects of. Whoa, Mr. Undead Golem. Oh crap!
how's that one? That is.
Do you know what? I've actually got the wiki open. Sorry, bear with me, guys. This thing is called.
I just thought they were orcs.
What the hell is this? It's a Is it a primitive dragon? No, not primitive giant. A war giant? Maybe? Could be a war giant. Got me. Where is
What's going on?
I don't rightly know. What's going on?
Sounds like you've sat in something unpleasant.
I don't know why it was doing that then, but
I didn't see anything. It was just like
yeah,
just
I know.
floating there. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, sorry, it was just acting up a little bit weird then. Sorry.
Oh, right.
Sorry about that, guys. Just a little bit of weird technical difficulty, but we'll, you know, it didn't take for too long. So here are more succubi, which they were trying to illustrate that I think that's where our main focus is, where we need to go through the game. This is the next point of interest, which will lead us into the next area of the game, which will also cognitively be the last area. Of the game. So, and any chance you get, you just want to take out these enemies as quick as possible when you've got Erok with you, because there'll be some parts where you're gonna have to do a lot of this stuff on the ground. And here we are with some of the Dark Legion's warships. Pretty interesting, but you can't
yeah.
you can't sink them, which you know kind of sucks.
Static object.
We're actually going to use that ice ability now, because we actually, you know, we got the damn thing. Let's use it. So they're meant to be homing, but as you can see, they suck. And this is kind of what you know, this was my point about the previous spells, or like going on about spells that you earn through Erok in the game. They're not bad. Some of them aren't bad. But at the same time, it's like the best one you have is the one you start with.
Yeah.
Which is the fireball one, essentially, and the flamethrower.
Don't different attacks work differently on different enemies or anything? Or is it just same across the board?
I don't think so. The game's never really implied that, I think.
Okay.
Usually you just attack them and they take damage. I don't think the game's consistently done anything like that, where it's gone more in depth with its mechanics and damage stuff.
Okay. So like no enemy is weaker to ice than another one.
Yeah. What
Okay.
it seems to be. Right. Okay.
Ice hurts, man.
Yeah, that's not fun.
It should be quite powerful. It's like water in rock form, and then it burns you after it hits you. So it should do more damage.
Yeah, it should. Especially when it comes to ice dragons. Oh,
Yeah.
whoa.
What are
Yeah,
them?
large dragonflies. Not fun.
Ah, right.
I mean, they don't do too much damage, but they're just annoying more than anything. You know?
Because they swarm you. I can
Yeah,
tell.
exactly. Oh god, it's been almost a month since I last played this. Apologies for not being up to par with my knowledge on this game, guys. I really am. I'm trying to get, you know, I didn't expect to be that long away from the game. I was just having way too much fun with Ghost of Tsushima, and I was doing some other games as well. Doing a review on Winter Ember, which I'm pretty sure you've noticed. I've done a few uploads for as well. See how quickly I killed him.
That
with the
was like
flamethrower.
an insta-kill, pretty much.
Exactly. So
How effective is your acid or what? Gas or whatever it was?
this thing isn't that great. It's not bad, but the problem is it doesn't outright. It fires really slowly, but usually it does a bit of poison damage if you manage to hit the dragons or the enemies. It'll do like a bit of DOT damage over time,
Yeah.
like it's doing now. But again, that's if you need to rely on hitting on it, and it's just the slowest to move. So yeah, I'm not a fan of that.
Great. Yeah.
Not a fan of that. I'm not going to be using that one too much, I'm afraid. So yeah, the flamethrower is just the easiest one to get on with. Even if you need to be much closer to the enemy, it's just much more simpler to dispatch them. Yeah, it kills enemies like in instant. Really, it's just too good not to use. Especially on the hardest difficulty where you're trading blows. You're not dealing as much damage as the other difficulties, and you're being damaged much more higher than previous difficulties, the lower ones rather. So you kind of have to play this a little bit exploity, or at least I am.
Hey, it gives you the option. It gives you the option.
Well, exactly. And I've played this game enough times to know I'm not going to play by its rules, especially on the hardest, because I know I've already gone through points where I've died way too quickly. Okay.
Yeah.
It's shown in the previous parts, and they know it.
Can you go in there?
You can. Actually, you meant to go out of there. This is a point of interest where we need to go, but we can't go here yet. I'm just trying to dick around with being in this area.
You're just clearing out the...
Yeah, I'm clearing out.
Yeah.
But enough of the waffling stuff. This is just me showing you, being a tour guide for this area. You know, it's a lovely spot for holidays, but you know, you may get invaded and get raided by these goblin raiders or whatnot, if they are. I don't. Again, there's no description on this
what
game
they are.
because I don't have the damn manual, I'm afraid.
That's yeah.
Anyway, let's progress the story. How's that? Let's do it. Hello, Mr. Random Person.
Are a wizard, I presume. Forgive us, wise one, but
Erok, it is you. I couldn't be certain until you spoke.
do I know you? Forgive me, but I have slept long.
You once knew me as Rimril, though you may not remember.
Teret's apprentice? Yes, of course, but that was ages past. Even a wizard should be long dead.
The apprentice you knew is dead, Erok. I am the last of the Guardian Magi. I am bound to stand watch over the Rift Crystal till the sun goes dark if need be. I know why you have come, child, but you have been deceived. Queen Shilla controls the flow of Grimstone through these islands, not I. You will not find your brother here.
But the succubi...
Are demonic spirits, girl. They are Shilla's creatures, and would have you gain for her what they cannot. Queen Shilla is an agent of the Dark Union. It is likely she has the boy as well.
Dellen, Eric, we've got to go back.
Sheila is strong, child, even with Erok to aid you. Her dark masters have given her great power.
The crystal was a part of Heron's sword, Rin. If Sheila seeks it, then she must have located the blade itself. We cannot allow the Dark Union to reassemble the rune blade. But if we could unite them first, yes. We'll need the crystal, Rin. It's the only way. Will you give her the test, Guardian?
It is not so simple. To even enter the tower requires the elemental amulet. The island fortress where it was held has fallen, and a goblin horde have camped amongst the ruins. Before you can begin the test, you must recover the amulet.
Perfect.
There is more. To reach the Rift Crystal, you must have the Bell Hammer, lost in the dead city of Alwarren. Find the hammer and return it here. Only then can you even hope to succeed. Return when you have the amulet and the hammer, not before.
Yeah.
Well, that was rather difficult for me to listen to.
Yes.
It's a bit quiet. I caught the odd word here and there, but still,
Yeah.
they know each other.
It's just basically giving us tasks to do to find, being able to access his place of worship for the Rift Crystal. Why do I keep hitting escape? Okay. So we've been given a bunch more of objectives now. We need to find the Bell Hammer of Alwarren, retrieve elemental amulet from Goblin Base, and recover the Rift Crystal, but I think we're meant to do that from his place. But yeah. That's what we're up to now, so let's do it. I think we're gonna go to I think I'm gonna go to the Bell Hammer first. I think I will. Yeah, just why not? Why not? You can do these in any order, I think. But I know that, I think that if you were to go get the Bell Hammer last, which is on the other end of the island, there'll be more enemies spawned in between where you have to go. Between where you are and where you have to go. So, you'll be dealing with them more than you will in this area, I suppose.
So might as well get it earlier.
Well, if we go do this first, hopefully we won't have to deal with as many enemies when we get both the items of interest.
Yeah.
Okay, so far so good. Do another quick save. What are we on now? 20 minutes. So yeah, about another 10 minutes, and then I'll call it here. Although I'm going to play this game in a couple of hours session anyway, so we'll get in a few parts.
A soul shadow.
Hail from one once known as Turi, bonded of the dragon Takora, guardian of Alwarren. Who enters this long-dead place?
I'm Rin. This is Eric. What happened here?
In the last days of Alwarren, the city was under siege, flanked by a regiment of the Dark Union to one side, and Tultal, the war giant, on the other. I couldn't defend the city against both, so I sent my dragon to fight the war giant, while I attempted the great spell of protection.
Are you not aware of the great danger that lies in casting such a powerful spell?
I learned this lesson the hard way. Once I placed the runes to invoke the spell, half the city became encased in an impenetrable enchanted barrier.
What happened to your dragon?
Sadly, she was trapped inside the barrier and slain by the war giant before I could undo the spell. Being bonded, I died with her. Now I am but a soul shadow, doomed to walk this tomb of a city and reflect on my terrible mistake. Tell me, Rin, why have you come to Alwarren?
We're looking for the Bell Hammer.
That's quite a challenge, you know. Listen carefully. You'll find it within the enchanted barrier, along with the war giant and the bones of my dragon. But first, you must bring me my dragon soul crystal, so that I can disarm the ward I placed on the entrance to the city. Find the rune of water, so that you may reach the dragon clutch of Allwarren. The soul crystal of my dragon rests on the dais there. Bring the stone to me, and I will disarm the ward. But beware. After Allwarren fell, many of Tultol's war giants lingered within the ruins, hoping to find a way to free their chieftain. Their descendants still remain, drawn to the aura of this place, though they have forgotten poor Tultol. Avoid them if you can. They are brutal and vile creatures, and far stronger than their primitive cousins. Hurry. One has caught your scent already.
Okay, now. Excuse me, sorry for the French, but yeah, the voice acting, they love the sound of their own voices. I'm telling you now. Yeah, so basically we've got to find her soul crystal that she bonded with the dragon. Because that's another mechanic for the game, I don't know if you remember, but if the dragon dies, even if, so, like, if Erok dies now, I'll also die with him. So that's essentially how this game goes about with its mechanics, I suppose. But, yeah, sorry, the exposition waffles on a bit too much, if I'm honest.
Sure does.
Was
Considering I can't really hear what they're saying, I didn't really catch much of it.
Is this where we came in from? Yes, it is. Okay, so we can't go back the way we came, but that's not a problem. Just means we're committed to getting it. Excuse me. You could always turn me up
Could do.
on
I
Discord.
don't want you to be too loud.
Well, I'm not saying anything. So by the time they finish the cutscene, that's when I'll start talking. And then you can turn me up.
I suppose so, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's because there's no means to actually turn this game up myself, to be honest. It's at max volume for sound effects. We're at 50% for music. And we seem to be dealing with more ballistas. They are firing a lot faster than they were in the previous part. Bad ballistas. Gotta find... Ooh. Wow, for real, dude? You just... wanna waltz up to me?
Yeah?
Because that's a genius idea. Absolutely love it. It's not as if you hadn't learned your lesson in the previous parts.
Just that one generic enemy just keeps coming at you.
Yeah. Finding loads of health potions, though, which is grand. Right, where are we now? Don't know. No more...
It's a very nice looking area, though.
Oh, okay, so we get another separate map as well. I think. Yeah, so we're in a structure now. We're actually in the ruins of, I don't... Allwarren. Sorry.
Allwarren.
Allwarren. Yeah, I know what I said.
It's nice, though. I like it.
Yeah, it's not bad. I mean, the one thing this game had going for it, for being a late 90s fantasy hack and slash, was a variety of levels and areas, which is really, really good. So, and to be honest, I didn't even like the snow areas that much in the previous part, because it was mainly just massive snow areas around huge canyons. And I thought to myself, that just doesn't gel with me. I want the snow to be around luscious green foliage like this area does.
Yeah, you want more than just the snow.
Oh my god. So now we're dealing with another giant who's... I swear, they always aim like doing predictive movement. That's the way the AI works when they're using range attacks on you. I do not like that. I say I do like. I'm not bashing on it. It's just me whining because I don't... Oh, for God's sake. See, look at that. One attack did a third of... Wow. Just wow.
Well,
So there you go. I got wrecked. I'm impressed with that.
and all he did was throw some things at you. I
And
don't know
that's
what
my
they
fault.
were.
And that's my fault. I hadn't played this game for a while. Been sloppy with all the movements, mechanics I do. And as you can see, it took him 3 hits. 3 hits to make contact with me, and I died really fast, so...
You'll get him.
See, the ballistas don't use predictive movement, yet he does. And, oh, for God's sake, orientate, Irok. Christ.
It's what you get when you play Descent like segments.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the mechanics for the dragon riding in this game is some of the best that I've, you know, played with, really. Because as mentioned in previous parts, the only games that have actually done proper dragon riding mechanics are this and the Chronicles of Dragoon or something. It's an arcade game. Arcade-ish like game. It's something Dragoon.
Yeah, it's definitely got Dragoon in it. I've not really played the games, but...
No, but you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Okay, you can do one. Yeah, I'm trying to not to give him... Can you die?
No,
Ow!
he's not having it, is he?
Damn it.
And that's what...
Yeah, that really screws me up, that does. He's got so much health.
Yeah, he took like all the fireballs. All of them.
Die!
Burn the corpse.
Well, usually you can, like, dissipate them if you burn them enough, like these guys. They'll just, yeah, as you can see, they just fall apart.
Not him.
What happened to this guy? Yeah, he's just now in it. Screw you. You won't even die properly. Yeah, we're at half health now, although we've got plenty of health potions. I really don't like having to deal with these creatures. Yeah. These are much harder than the other previous giants we've already dealt with. But yeah, that's half an hour, and I think I'm going to call it there, guys. So, thanks again for watching. It's good to be back, and in the next part, we're going to explore more of this area to get the Bellhammer. So, take care, guys, and Godspeed.
Yes, goodbye.